I spent $2,000 American dollars on lessons, salsa lessons in Australia. Did it help? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, I went from like beginner class, and over 3 years I got to advanced class. I spent $2,000. It was like about $15 a week Australian, which is about $12 American. And when I started, I had no timing, no rhythm. I couldn't sing, I couldn't play guitar back then, right? I was learning guitar, but my rhythm wasn't good. When I say I wasn't good, what I mean is I was very slow to learn a new skill. That's what I mean by I wasn't good. It would take me months before I would get a skill to the point where I felt comfortable to do it on the dance floor at social. And still now, when I learn a new skill, I'm faster than I was before because I've done a lot of motor skills in dancing now. So I learn quicker than I did before. But I'm still I'm not as slow as I was before. I'm much better. But it still takes me a while to learn a new move. Now, why am I talking about $2,000? People want to learn to sing by watching YouTube videos and getting courses and stuff like that. But you're forgetting something very important. It's very hard to learn something without people to give you feedback. Now, I was lucky when I was singing. I had my brother and sister who were very naturally gifted, so they could give me feedback. I met a lot of incredible singers, and they gave me feedback at karaoke and stuff like that. Now, if you're not that lucky to have someone that's better than you to give you feedback, you most likely need someone like me, a teacher, to give you feedback, someone better than you to tell you this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you could do better. Or someone that's seen a lot of students and knows the difference between students and can tell them what they're good and what they're bad at. Okay, so sometimes I get a student who's better than me, but because I've seen so many students and I've worked out methods to deal with all kinds of different things, I know how to help give advice to that student to get better, even though they can sing better than me. So I spent $2,000. Now, I got a lot of people that try to ask questions on YouTube and get like free info and stuff, and that's all good. But let me tell you, you are missing out big time. You're missing out. Save your money and spend it on getting one-on-one lessons. Stop wasting time. I spent $2,000 to learn how to dance salsa. It worked. I'm pretty good now. I'm good, all right? I'm not elite. I'm not amazing. I'm not about to win competitions, but I'm pretty damn good coming from a place where I couldn't even dance the basic step of any style of dance. I had no dance background at all. Getting to a place where now I can confidently go to any salsa club and ask any girl to dance and know that I can have a great time. She's gonna have a great time dancing too. I can dance to any speed of music, like even if it's a really fast salsa song, I can kill it. I can dance fast steps, I can do like quick spins. It looks good. People will watch me. Maybe not for the 4 minutes of the song, but people are gonna look at me for 30 seconds and go, oh, like he's all right, he's good. Girls come and ask me to dance after they see me dance. So that never used to happen. All right, I'm not bragging, I'm just telling it as it is. This is what really happens, and I've got two reasons why. I spent the money to hire the professional to tell me what to do. I showed up regularly. I showed up every week for those 3 years, except when I was sick. I showed up every week, even when I didn't feel good, like sometimes when I felt bloated, when I ate too much before or whatever, and I just go through the lesson anyway, unless I felt really sick, like really dizzy, or I had a really bad headache or something like that. I did classes, okay? I showed up every week, and lessons weren't next door. I used to have to drive a 40-minute drive to lessons on a Monday night after the first day of work. On a Monday night, I'd do a lesson that was like about an hour, and it was a group lesson. It wasn't like a one-on-one. And it was for fun. I wasn't trying to be a mad dancer or nothing. It was for fun. It was a fun social environment. Got to meet girls. My sister used to come with me, so it was like a nice family bonding time as well. Met lots of cool guys there. Great friendships, great teachers. Many great years when I did those lessons. And then after that, I did like performance shows for 5 years, and I learned even more styles of dance in that. And I've been going socially to salsa nightclubs for 10 years dancing. Those 3 years of lessons provided me with so much. All right. So when I hear people say they don't have money to do lessons, it makes me sad, because I feel like you're selling yourself short. That money you're spending on that pair of shoes, like, why? I got my shoes on sale. They was like $60. They're pretty nice. Like, you don't need to spend a lot of money on stuff that, like, you have to compromise, you know? I could have spent that $2,000 on something else. I could have bought like a $2,000 guitar instead. Or I could have spent it on drinking. I don't drink alcohol, but I could have spent it on booze over time, you know? Or I could have spent it on fancy clothes, or I don't know, I could have went on holidays with it. I could have done overseas. I could have done many things with that money, but I decided to put it to salsa because I was interested in salsa. It was a fun social event, and I liked the music, and I wanted to be able to move better and express myself better and have more fun on the dance floor so I decided to get lessons to be able to do those things, and that's exactly what happened. I can express myself better, I can move better, I'm more confident, I can dance with anyone. I get more pleasure when I dance, overall, more pleasure, because I spent that $2,000 and I showed up every week. I didn't even practice at home. I didn't even practice at home, which is why I don't remember a lot of the moves that I did, but going to classes, I learned the motor skills of dance, and then I retained the moves some moves that I would practice the most, like in the social nightclubs, were the ones that I would remember. The ones I favored, I would remember. Some of the turn patterns were too long and I wouldn't remember them later, but I got the motor skills, the ability to move quicker, the ability to know how to lead the girl with my hands, like when do I move my hands, which direction, how do I let the girl know that I wanted to move forward or back or side to side or go into this spin, or that I'm going to go into these moves. How do I teach a girl that's new to follow me? How do I make her feel comfortable? How do I dance to the girl's level to make sure I'm not overwhelming her with moves? All this, how do I move to the music, like to the beat of all this stuff I had to learn. Like, I had no idea about this stuff, but I learned it by going to lessons every week, by showing up and by paying the people that were teaching me. Okay? I urge you, do lessons. Don't just try to read a book. If you feel like you're making great progress just from watching my videos and other teachers' videos, fantastic. You're probably doing great. Maybe you don't need a teacher for this skill. Okay? But I urge you to try to see a teacher in person, like I did when I went to salsa, and I had those teachers. I had multiple teachers because I went to group classes. Teachers would change. Different teachers, they came and would look at me, and they give me that little 5 minutes of attention, little 2 minutes, little, Rashad, pay attention. Rashad, watch this, you're not doing this. Rashad, get closer to the girl, don't be shy. Rashad, you're not putting your hands right. Rashad, like sometimes the girl dancer would dance with me and she'd be like, you're not leading me properly, you need to do this with your hand instead. Or don't hold my hand too tight, hold it with like less tension and just use the fingers to pull. Give me all these little tips. That's very hard to get from a book or a course. That's called direct feedback. That's called fixing your mistakes. And I've said this before many times in my videos, but that is the thing that takes you to the next level. Someone correcting your mistakes. If you have a course, there's no one to correct your mistakes. You could get 10 courses from 10 different teachers and never make the progress you could make just by having one teacher and doing lessons for a year straight, or even for a few months. Or even for one lesson. You might do one lesson and the teacher might tell you something that you never thought that you should be doing. You never thought you were doing that wrong, but the teacher will tell you that one thing. And then you might be like, I only needed that one lesson. Everything's fell into place. You might get one lesson with me, and I'll tell you, man, you need like a year minimum. You might get a lesson with me, and I'll be like, man, like a couple weeks, you'll have everything you need. You won't need me anymore. You can just check back in with me in a couple months, like after you practice and stuff. And then if there's anything else, we can do something else. You get what I mean? Don't be tight. Prioritize your money. If you really love singing like I do, if you really want to be a great singer, spend the money. Give respect to the teachers. The teachers, I respected those teachers. They could dance. They looked great when they danced, and they taught me. They taught me really well. I'm very happy I spent that $2,000. I'm very happy. I didn't spend it in one go. I paid it off every week. But I'm very happy that I spent that money. And I did that because now I have a hobby. I'm feeling like I want to go do more now, like, and get even more advanced, because I'm like, if I just keep showing up to class every week, am I just going to keep getting better? But, I'm trying to like prioritize my things. I'm doing teaching, I'm doing singing, I've got guitar, I've got my job, I've got my family and stuff. Like, sometimes I want to do so much, and I go, everyone maybe will go through that, but that's the excitement of when you learn and when you experience a teacher, and that feeling of when you go to class and how you improve. And I want you guys to experience that, and don't let your priorities go in places where it's not as useful. Like, you don't need expensive shoes. You don't need them. Get lessons first. See if you prefer lessons or expensive shoes. You get what I mean? You gotta pay for lessons. You can't have it for free. Like, I can't teach for free. You know how much effort it takes to teach? It takes a lot of effort, right? It's fun, but it's a lot of effort. It's like working out. It's fun, but it takes a lot of effort. Okay, so if I'm gonna help you, I have to use my voice. That's my voice that I could be using to do recording, or to do my own vocal practice, or to talk with my girlfriend or whatever, but I'm using it to help you. So it's something you have to pay for. It's not free, I can't just take on 20 students a week for free. That's like, it's like 10 hours of my time. You know what I mean? That I could be like doing something else, making money off something else, or having fun with something else. It's only fun to a certain degree when it's free. That rhymed, but I didn't mean it to. All right, guys, hope you get my drift. I spent $2,000. Are you gonna spend even $20 to do one lesson? Think about it. Okay? You don't know what you're missing until you do it, until you try it. Have a try and see what it's about. And if you've already done some lessons, commit and try to do more. Unless you're too busy and everything, then that's different. Being too busy is a legit excuse. I get that one. But being poor, saying you don't have money, just say you're too busy. Just say you don't want to do it right now. Don't say you don't have money. I don't believe that. I was on very low money when I did salsa classes. I was only making like not even 30K Australian, which is like 22K or 20, like maybe around 22 to 25K American. That's low, right? It's pretty low end because I wasn't working full time. So you can make it happen. You just have to pick where you're going to sacrifice. What are you going to compromise on? And you don't know what you're missing till you try it. All right? rnbsinginglessons.com for my courses. My ridiculously cheap courses, by the way. They're only $55 Australian right now. I've put them down because I want more people to buy it. I want more people to use it. I want more people to become better singers. Because even with the course, you're probably still going to need real lessons to get more help, to fix your mistakes. Because my course can only do so much. It can't fix your mistakes. It can't give you feedback. So please get lessons for that. Get the courses for practicing on your own as much as is possible without feedback. And I'm Rashid Hayek. Enjoy talking to you guys again. Love your feedback. Any questions, let me know. See ya.